So for ISTE number 6, data-driven decision maker, I have a few artifacts on this page that I'm going to discuss to show that I model it for teachers to use in their own classes. And I'm going to go start right at the top there with the kickoff training artifact. So this was a form that I had given to teachers at the beginning of the year to determine where professional development should go for that year, among them Google Forms, because that is a primary way for our teachers to collect data when they are trying to use results to drive their instruction, which would go ahead under substandard A as well as B. They would, as well as C, where they could use forms within the classroom to determine where their instruction is going to go, or even for our SEL program, our social emotional learning program that we use here at our school. Some teams, especially our 4th grade team, utilize Google Forms on a daily basis when the students entered to determine kind of like what mental state they were in for that day. So I have that there to kind of show that I use forms and also use professional development to teach teachers how to use forms and the various ways they could use it to drive their instruction most effectively. I also put on there the coaching cycles that I have included and did a soft launch of this year. This is another way that I collected data, was to do this process using data throughout. So every time I met with a teacher, I used data from feedback that they had provided to drive where the coaching was going to go. And it was individualized for each teacher. So I've added the soft launch of the coaching cycles document. And I also used the kind of the lightning bolt with the clouds. That was the very first step of kind of figuring out where the direction is going to go for the coaching cycles. I also included as an artifact the pumpkin rolling feedback. I had mentioned this in a couple other ISTE videos that I have done. But this feedback form I included in multiple areas because I use this to determine how I'm going to do the event the next school year. And this feedback is for teachers to fill out over a variety of things. They could give me feedback on the activities that led up to the event. They could also provide feedback of the event itself. So I took that feedback and then I used that feedback to drive how I would run it the next school year. Now I've only done it twice, but that was the feedback form that I had used for the pumpkin rolling event. On a school wide level, I have at the bottom a link to the AGR Virginia SOL practice resources page. Now I put this on here at a building level example of an artifact because come SOL time, especially for grades 3 through 5, teachers are looking to focus on certain strands for certain students. And this website has all kinds of resources of how to prepare for SOLs and how to individualize instruction for students on specific strands that they might be struggling with. Now, something that I didn't include in an artifact due to privacy and security concerns is the meetings that I have with teachers in Power Test, or now called Performance Matters assessment, where when students take tests, it breaks down the strand and the standard for each student. And then teachers can use that data from that program to use in this website to help focus on specific skills to get the most out of SOLs that they can.